Welcome to our Aerial Yoga Netherlands podcast. I'm Janneke van Amersfoort, the creator mom. In this podcast, we will discuss topics of the healing journey that the hammock reveals. After many years of experiencing the therapeutic effects of the aerial hammock, I want to go beyond the acrobatic stuff with you. Did you know that the hammock can make your life lighter? Let's talk about it now. Welcome.
Hi, Janneke.
Thank you for joining this podcast.
Yeah.
I want to introduce you to the customers
Hi.
and to our followers, and because I really think you have an interesting story. How we met and how you stepped the first time in the aerial hammock. So, do you mind explaining, telling your story, sharing your story with us?
Thank you so much for your nice introduction, and thank you that I can express my feelings towards aerial yoga. I met you in 2018, and it was 6 years ago. Yeah, it was an opportunity for me because there was an hour that I could use the aerial yoga hammock, like an introduction. And before I was doing the workshop together with you, I said to you like, okay, my name is Bregje, I'm a physical educationer, but I had 2 strokes and heart operation. And your first reaction was really like, interesting, but you're most welcome. We're just going to see how it goes. That hour, that was such an amazing opportunity to reconnect on such a deep level with myself, that things that I wasn't aware of were becoming so big but so soft. And the aerial cloth, together how you were helping the other participants as well, it was homecoming on physical, psychological, emotional, but also a spiritual way. So for me, that are the most important domains to come to peace, whatever there is on that moment. That experience was really like, okay, I really want to do the course. So I did the course, the aerial basics, the fundamentals. And right after that, I was like, okay, I want to share this with especially people who have brain problems. So I tried it out for a couple of months, and after that I was really like, okay, this is perfect for therapy. Therapy for people besides brain damage, but also people who are sick with any kinds of things, with head operations or chronic ill. I was at the time also chronically ill with Lyme disease. I had a back operation, and all these kinds of things. But again, it was for me, the cloth was really a partner in a kind of, I know there are different words for it, but it was like a sensoric bridge for me to become more aware of myself. And it softened me, it really coached me, it helped me without any words.
And before that, because let's say the brain trauma part, what were you missing in recovery? Because this is like,
a lot.
What did you do before, and how come the aerial hammock changed things in the body and brain connection, let's say?
The normal rehab procedures. The first stroke I had when I was 25. The second stroke was when I was 39. But the normal rehab programs is on cognitive behavior. And as soon as you're having some brain problem issues, most of the time your hardware is not connected with your software anymore.
That's a good way of
so the programs that are working at that moment, you can't connect with it, so you have to learn everything new. And that's the beautiful thing of it. But for me at that first time, I was really like, okay, everything is new, I want to experience it. With the rehab, it's like you know how they make Dutch French fries or French fries with a
Okay.
potato?
Yeah.
So you have a potato and you will learn something in, they slice it like French fries.
Okay.
And then it's like, so
There you go.
there you go. So it's
Okay.
quite harsh for the brain. And you're not learning from the sense of touch. And I think the sense of touch is one of, in my opinion, the biggest sense for everybody, also for children when they grow up. And when you learn through the sense of touch, you don't need any words, you just can experience it. And using words is always later than the moment that you experience something. So if you have to put it in words, you always a second or maybe much later. There's a delay, indeed, and especially when you have problems with words. And so the whole expression on that moment was kind of harsh. And of course the rehab will help you with that one. But in that time I was already like, it's too harsh.
Yeah, they chop it in pieces to make it
and I felt that
digestible, but it's still hard to digest in a way to get all the new information sinking in, and the body didn't grasp it straight away.
Yeah, and there wasn't any peace.
No, okay. They didn't bring it in a loving, caring way.
Well, they tried to do it, but it's hard work. Instead of hard with the D, with the aerial fabric, you learn it with the heart, like a heart from yourself. And I think that's really important, together with the sense of touch, but also how you can connect with different parts of intelligence. So you have like a heart brain. Of course you have a hero brain, but you also have a heart brain, and you also have a belly brain. So if your brain here is not working, where are you going to trust? And what I said already, you have to experience everything again, and then we'll see for yourself how you react on it. So the first information is coming through a different channel. And then you will think about it and you will feel about it. And again, for me, the aerial yoga fabric is really something that I'm like, wow, I can surrender. It can coach me. It can help me in balance, so I can find inner harmony and inner peace.
And how does the hammock do that?
Yeah, you should ask the hammock.
Well, I have a kind of idea, though. No, it's because of the support. It's more supporting. So we spoke about, okay, let's say you have brain trauma and you have to stand in the tree pose. You try, and then the leg just flops away. The connection to, and the brain cannot connect to the leg. Please stay there. So if a system puts it, wraps the foot, sticks it on, then the brain doesn't grasp that information. And somehow what I saw with you happening is that when the hammock lifts your legs and pushes, gives the sensoric information, the pressure, then all of a sudden the connection gets easier back to the brain. To understand, like, this is how I should do a tree pose.
You're totally right about that.
Is it correct how I explained that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
The other big benefit is also the massage. In the tree pose, of course, it's nice to have the support, but together with the little massage what you get on your ankle on that moment, it's making it awake. So the internal feedback is non-spoken. And of course, normally is internal feedback non-spoken, but in this case it's really like, okay, I can stand, and can I make a way from my brain all the way there to my ankle that's in the cloth, and the other that's standing on the floor, and am I in balance? And lots of people really like, okay, Bregje, you can walk, but the alignment within myself was going from left to left the whole time. And it was like a flipping bowl the whole time. And the adjustment of the cloth to bring you to the center point, that's also a big benefit of it.
So actually the physics, so how gravity just works, like
Yeah.
from the hammock pulling down, moving away from it. So finding always the center line.
Yeah.
It's you could feel that internally as well
Yes.
happening.
Yes.
So you straight away feel, you get the feedback of the hammock that you're out of balance, and the hammock wants to pull you into your center because the hammock wants to be in center.
Yeah.
Because that's what gravity does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And the other part, the use of the hammock that you can use it in different kind of angles is also a big benefit, because as soon as you're doing different kinds of exercises, your whole perceptive is changing. So if you do a shoulder wrap or something like that, and you go to the back to get a massage with your shoulder blades and together with your armpits, everything is in a different perspective, and you can feel how your body is still the strongest position when you're having a decline or an incline for 45 degrees. So you feel much stronger. I'm feeling much stronger.
With the support of the hammock, you can do things that you would not be able to do without that support. So it opens up, it creates more space.
Yeah.
Also, like the grounding while being elevated at the same time, but also because of in this position to be able to still breathe and surrender, kind of, and well, see the ceiling seeing things from a different perspective. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
And what insights did it give you then?
It was for me in every position giving me more, not really space, it was like expanding. Especially because as soon my sense of touch on one side of my body wasn't really there. But together with cloth, it was really like, oh, wait a second, I can feel it again. So there was a natural relaxation of it instead of like holding on. So in 2018, I had still problems with how my right side felt. And there were some numbness. And together with the aerial cloth, it was becoming not numb anymore. There was like this sparkling going up between myself and this fabric. So it really helped me to open up in different kind of domains. What I already told you, it's not only physical, but it's all emotional.
Yeah, I can imagine, because if you struggle a lot and you think it's hard to, I remember you told me after the stroke that you had one goal. You told your isn't it that I want to be able to pull myself up again,
so I can help myself upside down.
Okay, great, cool. Well, let's see where we end up. And if you would have listened to, the doctors by then, they said like, well, you might not be able to walk again.
Yeah.
And if you would have listened, so how not motivating is that? So how you were in your, search in your journey for answers and like not giving up. That's a big, I really appreciate that a lot. But of course, it's beautiful to hear that the hammock, the aerial cloth, had such an amazing. It's such a tool that really helped you aiming for your goal. And did you manage in the end?
Yeah, the biggest opportunity is really indeed to feel the expansion and rediscovering. So you will discover different kinds of things and things that you already kind of had discovered. You can do a rediscovering of that one. So it's not closed anymore, but you can open up all kinds of things.
From a different perspective.
Yes, trauma you can open, fear you can open. You can make several places where it's like stuck in your body with a massage of the fabric and your own weight together with the gravity. It's the opportunity to let go.
Yeah, but it's quite scary for people to open up the Pandora box.
Hey, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Especially with the aerial hammock.
Yeah,
It's so safe.
but I'm afraid to say like a hammock can fix everything for you.
No.
It's not that easy. I
No.
mean, serious trauma goes really deep.
Yeah.
And if you're still in trauma, I would say like, well, maybe then you're not ready to release everything. Then your fight and flight mode is maybe you still need it. But when actually it belongs to the past, there is space to grow and release and
Yeah.
to rediscover yourself
Yeah.
as a new, you and find your strength again, right? What I want to say, I was just curious if you said like when there was numbness, the sensation came back again. Was it because of deep pressure on the body, I mean the ligaments or the body parts that were numb, or was it also other parts that were like being massaged or touched that gave the, I mean, could be, okay, let's say the fingers were numb.
Yeah.
Do you need to have the pressure on the fingers, or could you also have the pressure on the arm, whilst if there's a blockage, then it flows again, and then you start to feel the fingers?
If you, for myself, it was quite harsh to start with my fingers.
Yeah.
So there was indeed some numbness right there, but I also felt that my shoulder was not on the right place anymore. So I was blocking that from here. I know you learned me different kinds of exercises, but I was a little bit like, okay, let's try something else. So I was wrapping my whole arm into it and starting first with more pressure here and less pressure there, and from that one I just moved the cloth.
Moved it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different kinds of things that you can try for yourself to feel what is okay, and especially with a blood system that's a kind of block together with something that you carry on your shoulders for a long time. It's smart to start somewhere that's really like, okay, if I relieve this kind of thing, the blood pressure or the circulation will change towards my hand. And there were other people that I work with, they prefer to start with the hands, to just touch again, because they were not able to grab something.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I was wondering if you started to work with people with brain trauma.
Yeah.
Which I really admire. I'm super happy that you did so. Did they have the same reaction as you had stepping the first time in the hammock?
Everybody's experience is different.
Yeah.
But what I saw with the participants that they first there was this anxiety. What's going to happen? So the hammock quite low, and to see what the possibility of this person was. So you're like, okay, first I want to put this person straight away in the whole hammock, and just let this person feel if she can feel the hammock.
Laying or sitting?
Laying.
Laying down.
Yeah. And other people sitting. Can they feel the breath? Can they feel that as soon as they're taking a breath, that the cloth is breathing with them?
Yeah, they move. They
expand and let go, those kinds of things. Most of the time I made a combination with a simple meditation to put them more into calmness, into the moment of now, because you have only the now moment. And after that, most of the time it's simple exercises. It's just focusing on breathing, like relaxing breathing and breathing out everywhere out of your body. So not only out of your mouth, out of your heart, but everywhere. Like what you always said in 2018. Okay, as soon as you exhale, you be like a sponge full of water. So everywhere in your body, you splash it out like a fountain of life. That was also really helpful. So yeah, that's how it started with him.
Could you give an example of what one of them could, how it benefited them? What they felt as a...
There were several persons, but one person every time she had problems with talking. She had aphasie. while she was in the hammock and I was doing a meditation, I asked her to repeat me.
Mm-hmm.
And there was not a problem at the end.
Wow.
But as soon as she came out of the space where we was doing the aerial therapy, there was a blockage. There was really like, what kind of program is now coming up to that one? Because she's capable of talking, she's capable of expressing what she's feeling. So first it was like, okay, everything, I'm good. Yeah. And after a session, she said, wow, this is amazing. And I saw this, and I was back there, and it was really like, okay, thank you. I'm gonna walk with you to the place where you can change your clothes. And out of the blue,
how that happens?
That's interesting.
It's a pattern. Going back into you.
The usual jacket, what you think that you need for the daily world. Yeah. And the benefit of the aerial hammock is that for me, I was like, okay, I can choose what kind of jacket I can wear. And I am allowed to be totally naked. I will learn.
Naked, or you wear the aerial cloth instead. Yeah. That suits you so good. Yeah. It's like a superhero outfit that makes you doing amazing things. And saying amazing things. And as soon as you take it out, like, then you feel naked. And you need to protect yourself again. Because I think this is something else that we see in the aerial therapy, in the aerial yoga as well. But of course, that's why we want to spread the word of aerial therapy. But we see a lot that that behavioral patterns, thinking and behavioral patterns, that the hammock is a lot of feedback on that part. The hammock is your best friend. It's very loving and caring, supportive, but it never lies. Yeah. So if you don't surrender, if you fight against something, it won't be nice and something you get out of your comfort zone. Yeah. At the same time, it puts you in your strength, in your center. So it's really interesting way of how just a piece of cloth, what it can do for you. And now you say this story about this person with aphasia. You also told me that when she sees her partner, then she cannot speak anymore. And it's a matter of like, okay, how is the brain? It developed a way of need. It's about how to survive. It's a survival mode, right? So the body or the mind still thinks, I need this person, isn't it?
Yeah, the mind thinks I need this person because otherwise I will not be able to survive or let my needs be fulfilled by others. Yeah. Most of your needs you can fulfill for yourself.
Yeah, I find this really interesting, this part, because it's actually if the hammock brings you in your strength and shows your capabilities, it's also, oh my God, but what if I become independent? Yeah. I don't want to be alone. So just, and then you fall back into your, fear? Your pattern and fear. Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. Because this is also what we, work on, what we discuss in the aerial therapy module and the behavior, how do you act out of fear or love? And how do you want to be in life?
How are you gonna look for the opportunity, or are you aware that there's so much more than feeling how to say that, locked in the situation for over and over and over again?
Yeah, and are you ready to unlock and open up new possibilities? Yeah. And that's quite out of your comfort zone. So I imagine that for a lot of people that there is fear. But I think that what I see, and you also, is that the hammock offers a very safe space to really be who you can be.
And be with yourself and being comfortable. Yeah. Learn how what your body's wanted to tell you. to feel free to again discovering yourself and your inner powers and how you can express those, how you can use them.
And to become really conscious about where is stress or trauma stored in the body. I think this is also an important part that we work on in the module, and how to release those parts. And just the effects of the trauma. Sometimes you don't need to dive into the trauma and open up everything, but just like, okay, it blocks, or it's, it gives a lot of tension in my shoulders or in my breath or in my belly or hips or whatever. So we could also work on those parts, right?
Especially the opportunity to become more aware. Be aware that your brain is not the head. Of course, it's your headmaster, but it's not your total consciousness.
I like the fact that what you said, that actually the belly and the heart, if you compare it to computers, the brain
is much slower than
computer. I like that part a lot.
Your heart is much faster in getting information and spreading information than your brain ever will.
So going on your gut feeling, the body knows already. So if you dive into that, if you really listen to the body, then you will find answers more easily.
And especially when you're seeing the brain as like a software program, while most of people, and especially science here in the Western, seeing the brain as the main program. And I'm really like, no, this is kind of app.
An app. This is just a useful tool. Also, the brain's just a useful tool.
And it's got all kinds of apps, but you can change the apps. Once in a while, the app is going to be refreshed. But most of the time, there's some old programming of that app still somewhere in your brain. The whole main computer is somewhere else.
And also maybe some people, they only use one app up there and they forget about all the other apps that they are not even aware of. That they're there.
You can also see as tabs at the what you're using up at your laptop, that you're having, like you're on the internet and you have the YouTube on, you have some lovely interesting interview, you have like 15 other open, but you don't realize that one under freeze. There's one with music, but there's also another one with music, totally different than the other music. And you hear somebody speaking, and you're trying to listen to something. So you have all kinds of apps open, and this is too much. And that's the big benefit with the aerial fabric, that you becoming aware. Like, wait a second, where am I?
What tabs are open that are so not useful and not helping me?
Am I the app?
Causing distraction.
Or is there something that is more relaxing, more now in the moment, more giving me more expansion? So aerial therapy will give you, instead of if you have an issue, it will say like, okay, I'm having this issue, dot. With aerial therapy, you can make like a comma. You have some breathing time. And then a question will come up. And then you will change maybe your thoughts about it, or it will change something in what's stuck.
Interesting, huh?
It is!
So that's why we opened up the aerial therapy module. I'm super happy to develop this.
It's such an honor to do this with you, Janneke.
Well, likewise.
Thank you for that.
Because I really think, and we're the same in this, that more and more people should be aware of, all the benefits that the beautiful support tools the aerial cloth can be.
On a playful way.
In a very playful way, and very effective in a short amount of time. It's just so much feedback. And that's not only for people with brain trauma. Like you said, it's a sensoric bridge, not only and for the brain, but for a lot of people that are overstimulated, that are understimulated, that have stress trauma stored somewhere. It's a lot about finding a safe space, I think, and offering a safe environment to digest, a lot of things, but also a lot about connection. Connection with yourself, but also connection to others in your environment. I think this first connect to yourself, and then in the hammock, it's a lot about, okay, actually, where am I? What's happening? And it really offers you opportunities.
Yes,
it shows but you know what? If let's try it. Let's do this and see what will open up after. I think that's amazing. And we saw so many people benefiting from the hammock in so many different ways.
Yeah, already.
And that's so we will keep on.
Keep
on doing this.
Yeah, and about the where you stuck together with the hammock, you will feel where you're stuck.
Yeah,
and how you can release in a safe way. That's real easing.
Real ease. Realizing and real ease. Yeah. Great. What else do we need to say about the module we are offering? I think it's for everybody to decide if they get more interested or motivated, challenged. There is something magical about this piece of cloth.
Yes.
And if you want to know more about it, it's really worth to participate, either for your for personal growth as well as professionally, right? So we both, I think if I may say, we see physiotherapists working with the hammock. We see people with grief working with the hammock, psychologists, people with kids and parents with bonding issues, the sensoric information, the transfer of sensoric information.
And also motoric remedial teaching.
Of course,
and a massage.
And just recovery of injuries in general is also beautiful. But there's so much to say.
It's the biggest opportunity. It's a great opportunity to give yourself the present of yourself. And in this course, you'll learn techniques. You will get tools to be aware of what it's doing with you and how you can spread this one around in any kind of way. So it doesn't matter if you are a therapist or you are just wanted to discover it for yourself and how it can change your life and how you can share this with other people.
In a safe way.
In a safe way. It's the best present, I think. One of the best presents.
At least for you, for us, and I think for many. And for me, it's really important to see the hammock not as a circusy thing. Of course, you can do acrobatic moves, but it's a pity that the Instagram, the social media, shows a lot of aerial yoga postures that are impossible for some people. Where I would love to spread the word of this piece of cloth, this beautiful aerial hammock, is available for literally everybody.
Yeah.
With the hammock low, easy step in. With the hammock high, it offers so many ways of support that I found it a pity to see that people feel resistance stepping in a hammock because of having the mindset, and that's the behavioral thinking again, of, oh no, my God, I have to show whatever. No, you don't need to prove anything. Just sit and be. In hammock actually is already opening up so many doors.
Yeah, that's a fantastic word what you say. You don't have to prove anything to yourself or to be harsh to yourself. The aerial hammock, but especially the aerial therapy, it will kind of bring you in calmness, and from there you will discover or rediscover your own qualities.
And you say in calmness, but it depends what you need. So some people it also recharges and energizes. So I think
Yeah.
that the hammock can do like acupuncture. It does exactly what you need.
Yeah.
So if you're hyper,
It's the
super
best
active,
coach ever.
it's very calming. Exactly, perfect coach. And when you are like totally worn out, or how do you say worn? No, what's the proper word? Immobilized.
Mhm.
Let's say it brings you in movement in a very gentle way without a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And I think the effortlessness in it.
Yeah.
This should be more. I would love that to be more
Yeah.
aware of.
And that's also one of the beautiful words that you're just using. It's effortless.
Effortless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in effortless you will come to a kind of zero state.
Just that.
Just
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, we can talk for ages.
yes, indeed. But
Thank you so much for this
thank you too.
podcast.
Yeah.
And let's keep on spreading the
Yeah.
word together.
And we want to say and share
Mhm.
that this wonderful course is in English, but also in Dutch.
Exactly.
So,
Depending on the clients and the students that will participate, we will do in English or Dutch.
yeah, or a combination of
Or
those.
yeah.
We're flexible.
We're very flexible.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Angelica,
you
for your
too.
time.
Thank
And
you.
I hope to do this for years and years and years
Yes.
together with you.
Yes, but I'm never done.
No, indeed.